So you guys already know what time it is. It is time for your morning tea. Today's tea is don't become thirsty during the storm. The scripture that we are going to focus on is Philippians chapter 4 verse 6, and it reads, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be known unto God." Why is the tea don't become thirsty during the storm? What inspired it? Well, number one, I'm in Florida and Hurricane Dorian is approaching. So what I notice is every time that a storm is approaching in Florida, the first thing that stores run out of stock in is water. People become anxious, they become desperate. That's where I'm going to stay. They become desperate, they become anxious because like they're not stocked up, they don't have water in their houses. Very seldomly do the stores say that they're running out of food. It's always water, plywood every now and again, generators every now and again, but water is the first thing to go. Why? Because people become thirsty, because they become anxious, because they become desperate. This storm right here, it basically resembles our lives. The difference between the storm that's approaching now and storms that happen in our lives, sometimes we get warnings. We get hurricane warnings the majority of the time. They let us know, hey, a hurricane is on the way. This is expected. This is the expected landfall time. Now, don't get us wrong. It may shift. We may not get it, but at least they're warning us when the storm is going to come. Now, the storms in our lives, sometimes we get warnings. Sometimes we don't. I'm going to say the majority of the time, we don't. How we approach that storm, how we go through that storm is what determines our character. It shows what we are actually built out of. Now, the reason why I say that, it shows what we're built out of. Do you know that you can actually be prepared prior to the storm, the unexpected storm? What do I mean by that is you can build your prayer life now. And if you're praying during the times when things are good and you just want little things and God is answering your prayers now, what is he going to do during the storm? He surely isn't going to leave you, neither forsake you. He's not going to let you go through that storm alone. He's going to be there for you. You know what the scripture says, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God. With thanksgiving. Thanksgiving means I'm thanking you in advance. I know that you're already going to answer my prayers once I let you know that my request be known. But how can you get to that point of thanks prior to your request being fulfilled or your questions being answered or your help coming? You get to that Thanksgiving point by praying ahead of time, by building your repertoire, by preparing ahead of time. Don't get thirsty during the storm. Seek God, seek his face. The truth is that this too shall pass. It's not about the end of the storm. I keep telling you, it's not about that rainbow that's at the end. It's not about the pot of gold at the end. It's not about the destination. It's about how you go through it. Don't become thirsty. We already know the look of thirstiness. What do we say about people that's thirsty?